Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, middle of the week episode. This is October 20th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one and the only, the King of the Ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete. And we're live, as always, on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your afternoon or mornings and hanging out as we discuss last night's NHL action. A huge card, 11 games on tap. Again, 5-7 on the night for me. I will discuss my recap, what happened. Klein's card went 2-2, so I will discuss about that. Also, Cleveland Browns and Denver Broncos Thursday Night Football DFS for NFL DFS for FanDuel. No Baker Mayfield. Case Keenum will be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I already locked in the Denver Broncos plus 3.5. I do like them to win this game tomorrow. I know Jarvis Landry might be coming off of IR. Odell's hurt. Not sure what his situation is. Kareem Hunt's hurt. Chubb is hurt. I mean, the Browns are injured right now and no Mayfield. So that line is going to turn around very quickly. And Denver. I mean, Denver is coming in. I do expect them, especially at that plus 3.5 line, I do expect Denver to come away with this win because Cleveland is absolutely injured right now, especially the fact that Baker's down and Keenum coming in now, so who knows who he's going to throw to. Running back wise for Cleveland, it's going to be very difficult to trust the Browns tomorrow night. But I will discuss player DFS tomorrow. And of course, we have a 2-game NHL slate tonight. You have the Boston Bruins at yours truly, the Philadelphia Flyers. And then you have the St. Louis Blues at the Vegas Golden Knights. So I will break down those 2 games tonight, small slate, and give you my best plays of the night like usual, leans, breakdowns, how I feel about each game. I have a couple good plays that I like, for both. So I will get you guys locked and loaded in that. But this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Yes, 12 Ounce Sports is an official partner of BetUS. Create with an account with them today and use a promo code 12ounce 12OZ. That's BetUS. Create an account 12OZ. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%, which is pretty darn good. So sign up again today. That's BetUS. 12 ounce, simple as that. And then also Zingo TV, channel 761, that's Zingo. Channel 761, sign up today. All right, simple as that. It's a free app, download it. A lot of good stuff on Zingo TV, and of course 12 Ounce Sports is on there showing everybody's shows from 12 Ounce Sports. So there you go. Sign up with them today, easy peasy. Zingo TV, and then flip over to channel 761 where, listen, I'm here live talking about hockey and DFS for fantasy football. Simple as that. Also, Amazon.com, 12 Ounce Sports has a website up there. Come by, support us. That's all you got to do. Support us today. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. That's www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. So here we go. We're back in the action, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much, of course, for tuning into today's episode. A lot on tap today. First off, let's basically recap what happened last night. Okay, a lot of back and forth. We go 5-7 overall. Clients go 2-2. The Jets Clients could have easily gone 3-1. I mean, they had the Canucks, who obviously they were up 2-1 and they got obliterated to the now 3-0 Buffalo Sabres. I guess Buffalo fans should be excited, but let's just relax there a little bit, Sabres fans. It's still a long season, but good. Kudos to Buffalo there. Simple as that. Sharks also stand undefeated. They whooped the Habs. I mean, that's unbelievable. Did not expect that. I thought this would be a good bounce back for the Canadians, but not a good showing for them at all. Anaheim Ducks, man. The Ducks are quite fun to watch. I mean, another over cashes out, a first period over as well. And this time we actually did hit the first period there at plus money there for the Oilers. So again, I will discuss that later, coming up like right now. But the Ducks are playing good. It's good to see these mediocre teams that we're not thinking that would be good at all this upcoming season actually play very well in the first couple of games. So it's good to see. They're pesky. These pesky teams that you not normally are playoff teams, but they're showing something. They're showing something. So. But like I said, the Jets game kind of was a damper on the clients. Clients of the Canucks, obviously they lost. They had the Devils, that was a winner. They had the Panthers at plus 110, that was a winner. And then of course, the Jets at plus 130. I mean, I love the Jets. I did love that spot for them. Everyone was all Minnesota. A lot of people that I know was all Minnesota. I wanted to take a chance with the Jets. It's a shame. A goal that overturned. It's a shame from what would have been a 2-goal lead for the Jets and likely a winner. Ended up being a goal for the Wild to tie the game up to go into overtime, only for the Wild to win. That's just terrible luck for the Jets right there. 0-3 right now. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all. They got to turn it up. They got to turn it around. But they'll be okay. They'll be okay. So clients go 2-2. Like I said, they didn't lose much money at all. About minus 0.3 units. So, but let's go. Let's recap. I know you guys want to hear the recap real fast. So here we go. Yesterday. Sabres Canucks over 5.5. This was by far my favorite Twitter play on the card yesterday, and that cashed out no problem. Took care of business with that one. I liked it. Like I said, I mean, the Canucks were going to score. I thought the Canucks were going to score more than 2 goals, but here, and maybe Buffalo scoring at least 2 goals, but here you had Buffalo scoring 5 goals and ended up seeing the Canucks scoring 2 goals. So I didn't really expect that. I expected the Canucks to score a little bit more than 2, but it is what it is. Canucks now losing to Detroit and Buffalo. I mean, this Canucks team, again, another team that has to wake up at some point. Because I have them to make the playoffs at plus 145. When that line first came out, obviously, over the summer in August, I did have them to make the playoffs at plus 145. So I still have hope in the Canucks. Again, it's early. Don't worry about it. 3-4 games in, you can't get too, neglected or rejected about how your teams have been doing thus far, because it's really too early. But Sabres Canucks over 5.5, that cashed out. Avalanche moneyline at plus 110. They got destroyed. They got absolutely destroyed. Everyone was all over the Avalanche. I gave in. I didn't like it at first. Of course, McKinnon coming back would have been a huge boost, but I did like the Avalanche. After reading some more research, some more information about it. But the Capitals, man, just came out firing. 6-3 final. The over did hit, though. That was a show play. The over did cash out the 6. So those that took that, congrats on that play. That didn't make my Twitter or client card, but that was on the show. Now, just to forewarn you guys, if it's just because I had Twitter and client plays that make my list, and you don't see a play that I talked about on the show that you like, you can always come back and tune into the show and take it. There were a couple plays, like Kraken Devils first period over that I mentioned on my show yesterday. I didn't have that at all for clients or Twitter. That cashed out. Same with Buffalo and Vancouver first period over as well. I mean, that cashed out as well, and it didn't make either of my cards. So just because the play that you liked didn't make any of my cards, definitely come back, listen to the show, and take them. That's why I break down every game, every angle, and give you the plays that I like, whether it makes the card or not. So there you go. A little bit of word advice, those that are wondering. Those are that are just wondering. But Avalanche plus 110, that loss. They got destroyed. Canadian Sharks under 6. We got that. That was a great win there. Wasn't looking good at all. It wasn't looking good at all in the first period or two. Habs got absolutely annihilated. They got destroyed. They just look flat out ugly. I mean, they're not a good team. They're not. And I said that. I knew they were going to miss the playoffs this year. Under in points this year as well. Just not the team that you would expect after what happened last season. And that's the Canadians. Not a fan at all this upcoming season. But we did manage to get the under 6, so that's good news. Canadians and Sharks under 6 cashed out. Islanders, Blackhawks over 5.5. I mean, these are teams that were winless. I expect a ton of goals in this game. Like, basically, it would be a race. First to 5 wins, something to that matter. But I expected a lot of goal scoring in this game last night, and we didn't see any of it whatsoever. So that lost. Canadians, Oilers, moneyline parlay. Of course, the Oilers somehow come through for us in overtime, which is nice. But again, the Canadians was just absolutely brutal. Oilers, hey, we finally hit a first period money line or minus a half a goal. It's about basically a half a goal play. We've been missing out the last 2 or 3 that I put out. Oilers finally come through with the last couple minutes left in the first period to come through for that. That was plus money, plus 115, so that cashed out there. Kings on the money line. That lost. I like the value there at plus 120. I did. I mean, I'm very high on this Kings team this year. Nashville is not very good. No reason to be scared about going there to play anymore either. I mean, not as what it was a few years ago when it was just you go there and you pretty much lose because they're a great home team. But teams are not scared to go to Nashville anymore and play there. And but the Kings fell short. But that's all good. Bounce back from that. We'll be all right. Half unit play here. I know it wasn't specified. I was rushing. I was feeding the baby. So I can only do so much with my one hand. The other one with the bottle. I mean, sometimes I wish I had 3 or 4 hands to make life easier with kids, man. I'm telling you right now, it's very difficult. So trust me, it is very difficult. Jack Hughes' team total shots over 2.5 goals, over 2.5 shots. Excuse me. 1 shot, he gets hurt. That's just the luck that we've been having right now with my plays. It's been the first week was absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. We'll get our luck back. We'll keep striving forward like I always do. I'm always positive. Probably, like I said, when it comes to having a show and being positive, I know a lot of people that just get down on themselves that have shows. You can't be like that. Strive forward, be happy, be positive. Listen, a lot of shit in the world could be happening right now to you. So just because you're losing some hockey games, in the first week of the NHL, listen, you'll get your strides. Listen, trust me. I'm very positive in what I do. This is what I love. It's a passion of mine. I know I'm going to lose games. We all know that. But, we'll be okay. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. But he got hurt and unfortunately ended up with 1 shot on goal, and that's just a typical luck. That's probably I don't really do player props. So this is my first one and probably only one because that's just, the curtain call for me. Jack Hughes gets hurt. Had 1 shot in the first period, and then after that, long gone. But that's it. That was a half unit play. Jets money line. Client plays now go 2-2, like I said. Jets money line lost. Canucks lost. But the Panthers and Devils both won. Again, that Jets money line was a pain. I cannot believe that happened. That's just bad luck on the Jets' part. Really, really is. I thought it was a great spot. I love the money line at plus 130. But again, that's how the cookie crumbles in the NHL in this first week for me. So there you go. Overall record, last night 5-7 with a minus 1.7 overall units. That's just how it is. It's just the icing on the cake of how the week's been. NHL season currently 25 wins, 35 losses, and 1 lovely push, giving me a minus 12.45 overall units. Again, we'll bounce back. It could be a lot worse. Only 1 week in the NHL. Let's bounce back. You have a 2-game menu tonight, so I'll talk about that and much, much more. But on that note, it's 12:13 in the East, 9:13 out West. Give me a quick 2-minute commercial break, and when I get back, a quick NFL DFS update for tomorrow night. I'll get full in depth tomorrow about it, and Thursday night's cash games and tournament lineups that you want to play for the Browns Broncos. And then we'll get into the 2-game small NHL card for tonight between Boston Flyers and the St. Louis Blues and the Vegas Golden Knights. So sit back, relax, and I'll be back in 2.
12-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120ZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sports book. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Wednesday, October 20th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the king of the ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete. We're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Hump Day episode, of course, as we talk last night's recap where I went 5-7 with a minus 1.7 overall units. 25, 35, and 1 on the record with a minus 12.75 overall units. Yes, we will bounce back. This show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Yes, 12 Ounce Sports is an official partner of BetUS. Sign up with an account with them today. Use the promo code 12 Ounce, 120Z. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. Zingo TV channel 761. Don't forget to sign up with them today. Again, promo code 12 Ounce, and then flip over to channel 761. Today's episode of Pete's Power Plays is live on that app. And also, Amazon.com, fall weather's here. It's a mild week today in the Philly area, so I'm going to take that to the moon. But winter's ahead of us. Get locked and loaded. Get warmed up. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon and support us today. So, we're back. Like I said, if you missed the first segment of the show, I talked about last night's NHL recap. Again, we had 11 games on tap. Also, those that are just wondering that DM'd me about plays that are on your show, but you didn't put on your Twitter card or client card, is because these are still plays that I like. I still love these plays. Don't get me wrong. All right, that's why I break it down each game. I go through each angle that I like. Certain research and information that I could give you guys. That's why my show is usually top of the hour at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so you guys can tune in and lock in the best bet that you can that I give you guys. But just because a play doesn't make the cards doesn't mean you don't take it. Absolutely take it. That's why I do. Again, this is why I do this show. This is why you listen to me. Every lean possible, every angle possible. Like I said, the Avalanche and Caps over 6. That didn't make my client nor Twitter card, but that doesn't mean you don't take it. Absolutely take it. Absolutely take the over. That cashed out. First period Kraken over. Kraken Devils. First period over. That was another one on my show that didn't make my list. That cashed out as well. So again, plenty of plays that I give out that don't make my card cashed out. Pretty darn good last night. So just keep that in mind. Listen. That's why you listen to the show. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 to 12:30 p.m. in the East. 9 to 9:30 out in the West. Of course, only on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. I always retweet my show. Once it's over at 12:30, clients, I will get to you guys. They do have a play tonight. One play tonight for the clients. Twitter, you probably will have about a play or two. I'll be working on that card later this afternoon and get you guys situated with in terms of that. So probably about 2 plays for the Twitter clients. You got a play tonight for a unit. Let's get back to reality after the week 1 sort of meltdown that we had. But again, I don't hold my head down. I never have, never will. For the 34 years of being on this planet, I never had my head down. My parents have taught me well growing up. Keep your head up and strive forward. I mean, this is where I am today. Life's great. Life's great. Simple as that. So, a little bit of peace of mind. And also on the side note, if anyone has any issues with anything regarding themselves, reach out to me. Gambling problems, reach out to me. I've been there, done that. When I was younger, 10 years ago, it's a big deal. Just play with your budget that you have. Okay, play with the budget that you have. You don't want to get into trouble. You really don't. Okay, you don't want to be owing bookies thousands of dollars because it's just the last thing you want to do. But again, this is how it is. I learned from my parents. And that's just how it works. And they're great. They're great. So if you ever have any gambling issues, reach out to me. And we'll get you. I'll get you situated. Keep life on edge for you, because that's how it should be. Everyone should be enjoying themselves during these times. So, but enough of that. Let's go to NFL DFS. I have 10 minutes with you guys, but we have first off. Okay, I'll talk about that later. But NFL DFS for tomorrow night: Broncos at the Browns. Right now, the Denver Broncos is at plus 3.5. I locked that in last night. I also had I like the Broncos on the money line as well. But just because the Browns are so hurt right now, Case Keenum is the starting quarterback tomorrow night because Mayfield is out. No Chubb. Hunt's hurt as well. Jarvis Landry should be back in the lineup, but we're not sure what that's going to be. Odell has a shoulder injury. He's questionable. A lot of injuries for the Browns tomorrow night. That's why I do lean the Broncos plus 3.5. I already had the hook at plus 3.5. I was tempted to take the plus 4, but I do have the plus 3.5. I'm okay with that. I do like that, and we'll take it from there. But the Broncos, like I said, if in terms of DFS players, top players for tomorrow, before I basically lock down a lineup for you guys tomorrow, I do consider Courtland Sutton tomorrow and Teddy Bridgewater. You know me, I'm a big quarterbacks guy when it comes to the showdown plays on FanDuel, and that's quarterbacks big time. They give you the most points, they really do. So Teddy Bridgewater and Courtland Sutton right off the bat for the Broncos that will lead the pack for my lineups tomorrow. And at first it was Baker Mayfield yesterday. Once I got the news today that Case Keenum is starting, you might want to rethink that. But honestly, since I am a quarterback guy when it comes to showdowns on those single games, Thursday night games, Monday night games, I will probably take Case Keenum. As of now, I will be taking Case Keenum in my lineups. Again, always subject to change. You could definitely have Sutton and Bridgewater in those lineups. But my questionable third player is still up in the air. But as of now, again, I'm a quarterback guy, so I will probably lean Case Keenum for those lineups going into tomorrow night between the Broncos and the Browns. To me, I just feel like if Landry and if OBJ are healthy, I mean, you have to give Case Keenum a shot here. Running wise, they're out of running backs. You have third and fourth stringers coming up now. You don't know how they're going to do. I mean, they could surprise us all. They absolutely can surprise us all. But I mean, I think it's going to be more of a passing game. Denver defense is absolutely incredible as well. I mean, that's another thing, another reason why I like them to win this game tomorrow, and at least definitely to cover. But I just think they just have more talent. They really do. So, but I just think Browns are hurt, and this is when the Broncos should take advantage and win this game tomorrow in Cleveland, nonetheless. So, Courtland Sutton, Teddy Bridgewater, and as of now, Case Keenum rocking out the Thursday night DFS lineups, cash games, tournament, whatever you guys do. DraftKings, same thing. Your main slate there for showdowns. But I'll get more in depth about that tomorrow, and that's basically where I stand. All right. NHL, what everyone's been waiting for, the amazing, incredible 2-game slate for tonight. Okay, you go from 11 games, Sunday you go from 1 game to about 4 games to 11 games, and then you go down to 2 games. But then tomorrow we had 10 games. That's how the NHL has been scheduled. I was never a fan of that. I love when there's multiple games on, like 6, 7 games on a night. That's great. Going from 10, 11 to 2 or 1 is just ridiculous. I've always hated the scheduling, but again, not my problem. That's just how NHL works. Real quick, side note, Jeremy Swayman in net for the Bruins tonight, and Martin Jones in net for the Flyers. So, there you go. That's what I have there. As of now, it's unconfirmed, but for the late game, Blues Vegas looks like Bennington as of now in net for the Blues, and Robin Lehner, of course, in net for the Knights, but we'll see what happens. But to be confirmed, Swayman for the Bruins, Martin Jones for the Flyers. Confirmed goaltenders as of yesterday, so there you have it between Boston and Philly. All right, Boston Bruins, Philadelphia Flyers, over-under set at 5.5. This is going to move to 6. I guarantee it. It'll probably be at 6 at plus 100, plus 105, but most books are still at minus 120, minus 125 for the 5.5. It will move up by puck drop, I guarantee it. Over-under set at 5.5. Boston, minus 135 on the money line. Philly, plus 115. 60% of the money is going towards Boston there as an away favor. Of course, when it comes to the over-unders, Philly is 2-0 with the over-unders so far. 1-1 when covering the puck line. Boston is 0-1 when covering the over-unders. But again, Boston has the Flyers number. Before COVID happened, I was at the Bruins game where the Flyers were on that 9-10 game streak, and the Bruins snapped it. I mean, the Bruins have our number, and it's tough to trust Martin Jones. As a goaltender, we saw how he was in San Jose, giving up goals left to right. But my heavier lean in this game tonight is the over 5.5. I think we're going to see plenty of goals. Again, Martin Jones and Swayman, they will allow goals tonight. Flyers offense has been doing pretty darn well, scoring pretty darn good as well, as you can see in the first 2 games there. Between the Kraken and the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, they're scoring at will. So I expect Flyers to get by Swayman multiple times tonight. And I also think Boston will score plenty on Martin Jones as well. But to me, I just feel like the way that Boston is against Philly, They always have our number. I like the Boston Bruins here on the money line at minus 135, a very light play. For me, that's where I lean in this game. Might not be a Twitter play, might not be a client play, but if I were to pick this game, I do like the Boston Bruins here on the money line at minus 135. And once again, I am heavier on the over 5.5 Flyers and Bruins. First period over, I like the 1.5. You can get that at minus 115. Between minus 115 and minus 120, you can get the first period over right now. Again, the way that these teams have been scoring, let alone Philly, scoring 10 total in the first two games. I mean, I expect to see 2 goals in this first period, whether it's from Boston, whether it's from Philly, 2-0 each way, or 1-1. But I do like the first period over, 1.5 goals at minus 115 or minus 120. And of course, the over 5.5. And a slight lean towards the Boston Bruins on the money line there at minus 135. So there you go. 7:30 p.m. start. Of course, the typical 2-game Wednesday night showdown that we all love to see. Only 2 games. But hey, like I said, what can you do with the scheduling? And last but not least, the St. Louis Blues at the Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights here at minus 125 on the money line. St. Louis plus 105. Vegas did open up at minus 150, and they quickly dropped down to minus 125. So a little bit of movement there towards St. Louis. The Blues were at plus 115 on DraftKings this morning. Now they're at plus 105 as well, maybe even plus 100. But 65% of the money is on Vegas. 35% of the money is on St. Louis. Both of these teams are 2-0 with the overs with their first 2 games. Vegas 2-0, St. Louis 2-0. All right, what does the trend say here? Over again. I like the over 5.5 in this game as well. St. Louis covering the puck line, however, in their first 2 games. They're 2-0 on the road. Okay, and they covered their first 2 games, obviously, with the puck line, and they're undefeated. They really are. So they're playing really good hockey as well. Vegas 0-1 when covering the puck line, 1-1 overall. But for me, if I'm taking, again, another small lean in terms of side on this game, I like the Blues. I like the Blues money line here at plus 105, plus 100. Some books are showing still at plus 110. Whatever you have, you're going to get a little bit of value there as a small road dog there for the Blues. I like the Blues here, money line. I do. I like the over 5.5 as well. Another first period over that I do like. I do like the first period over in this game as well. You can even parlay the 2 if you want the Flyers first period over and Blues first period over. You'll get a solid payout most likely. But I do like the first period over. Again, full game over 5.5. I do lean lightly on the Blues on the money line here as well. They're playing fantastic hockey in the first 2 games of the season, of course. But another stronger play that I do like is the Blues team total over 2.5 goals. I believe you can get that at minus 110, minus 115, basically anywhere. But I think the Blues will get by Lehner tonight if he's in net. Again, they're playing really good. Offense is looking great as well. I mean, they're scoring at will. They scored 7. They scored 7 against the Coyotes the other night. I mean, so they're going to bring that firepower to Vegas and Sin City tonight, and that's how I feel. So there you have it. There, a quick recap. Flyers, Bruins over first period, 1.5 goals. Over 5.5 as a stronger play for me. Boston Bruins on the money line, like I said, because, well, the Bruins do have the Flyers. They do have the Flyers when it comes to overall playing each other. And then, of course, the nightcap. I like the Blues here, lightly, small lean on the money line at plus 105, plus 110, whatever you may have it there. The over 5.5, okay, and then the over first period goals as well at minus 115, minus 120. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately, it is that half of an hour. Clients, I will get to you. I had 2 people sign up today as well, so thank you for your continued support. I will get to you after the show in about 30 seconds. But have a fantastic Wednesday. Let's enjoy these 2 games. They're going to be great games tonight, so sit back, get a beer, enjoy life, and I'll be back tomorrow to talk another huge NHL slate. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.